Welcome back to our study of biology, brought to you exclusively by E-studylab. In our previous session, we explored ecosystems as living systems, places where plants, animals, and physical conditions work together, like connected parts of a single machine. Today, we're going to widen our lens just a little. Instead of looking at individual habitats, we'll now explore what happens when populations grow, shrink, or shift, and what occurs when the natural balance begins to crack under pressure. Let's begin with something simple and familiar. Think of a town. Every year, some people are born, some people die, some arrive, and some leave. The population changes slowly or suddenly, depending on those movements. The same is true in nature. In biology, when we talk about a population, we're referring to a group of organisms of the same species living in one place at one time. You might think of a group of fish in a river, goats grazing in one field, or palm trees growing along a coastline. These populations are always changing, even when that change appears invisible at first. Four main processes quietly shape every population: birth, death, arrival, and departure. When more individuals are born than die, the population grows. When the opposite happens, the population shrinks. When animals migrate into an area, the group increases. When they move away, it decreases. These simple movements create patterns that ecologists study to understand whether an ecosystem is healthy or under strain. Now, here's where things become fascinating. Some populations grow slowly and steadily. Others explode suddenly, like grass after rain, or insects after a long dry season. But growth does not continue forever. Eventually, resources become limited. Food runs low. Space becomes crowded. Competition increases. Disease spreads more easily. Every environment has a natural limit, that is, a maximum number of living things it can support. Biologists call this the carrying capacity. It is the point where nature says, "No more can survive here without something giving way." When a population grows beyond that limit, the environment begins to suffer. Soil erodes faster. Food becomes scarce. Weak individuals die first. And eventually, nature pushes back through hunger, disease, or migration until balance returns. And this brings us directly to biodiversity. Biodiversity refers to the astonishing variety of life on Earth. Plants, animals, insects, microorganisms, and everything in between. A forest filled with many species is not just beautiful, it is also resilient. If one species disappears, others can often compensate. But when diversity disappears, weakness follows. A single crop farm can be wiped out by one disease. A diverse forest, however, withstands droughts, pests, and change more easily. Variety builds stability. Biodiversity is not a luxury of nature. It is its safety net. And yet, this safety net is tearing. Across the world, ecosystems are under pressure. Forests are cut down for farms and cities. Rivers are polluted with waste and chemicals. Air becomes heavy with smoke and dust. Oceans grow warmer. Ice melts. Species disappear quietly, sometimes without anyone ever knowing they existed. This is where environmental science steps in, not as a subject, but as a warning system. Pollution, for example, does not disappear simply because we stop seeing it. Dirty water travels through rivers. Smoke drifts across borders. Poisoned soil grows poisoned food. Environmental damage always returns, either through illness, hunger, floods, or drought. Climate change, too, is not just about heat. It affects rainfall. It changes farming seasons. It alters when crops grow and when animals migrate. It even shifts disease patterns, allowing illnesses to spread into places they once could not survive. And perhaps the most heartbreaking impact is habitat loss. When forests disappear, animals do not politely move on. They vanish. Or they collide with human life in dangerous ways. Elephants trample crops. Birds lose feeding grounds. Predators enter villages. And conflict grows, not because nature is cruel, but because it's been cornered. Yet this lesson is not meant to leave you discouraged. It is meant to leave you aware. Because where damage exists, repair is possible. Across the world, people are learning how to heal ecosystems. Trees are being replanted. Rivers are being cleaned. Wildlife corridors are being created so animals can move safely between forests. Scientists breed endangered species. Farmers return nutrients to soil. This work is called conservation. And conservation is not about freezing the world in time. It is about learning how to live wisely within it. One forest saved, one wetland protected, one river restored. Each one matters. Before we close today, pause for a moment and consider this. Where does your water come from? What grows near you? What animals live nearby? What happens if they disappear? These are not exam questions. They are life questions. A reminder that this lesson is protected by copyright and is owned by E-studylab. In our next topic, we'll turn inward, away from forests and oceans, and explore the most complex ecosystem of all, the human body itself.